So, school, what about it? How do we actually do this? We received quite a lot of questions about the schooling and how we handle it, because in Sweden, there is no such thing as homeschooling. You can't just teach your kids yourself. You're not allowed to do that. If you live in Sweden, you're supposed to take your kids to school and have them at school. The schools themselves are not allowed to have kids off-site. So how do we get to teach our own kids when we're Swedish? How do we do this? So we do it in pretty much the same way as if you were to move to another country. However, we need to be careful that we're not moving to another country, because if we move, that means something different. We still need to have our permanent residence in Sweden, but we can send in an application stating we will be outside of Sweden for more than 6 months. And we need to also prove how will the kids get their education while we are away. So we need to provide enough evidence that we will be able to teach the kids ourselves. It's not really a standard procedure, the things we're going through here. We need to prove that we will be gone. We need to really prove to the municipality that we will be gone from Sweden. We can't participate in Swedish school for the coming 12 months. At the same time, as I say to the tax regulations, that we will be gone for 12 months, but not more, and we will still have our house here in Sweden for other reasons. So it's a bit tricky to make sure that everyone gets what they want and really understand what it is that we wanted to do. So now it's 3 months until we depart, and it's the sort of the last final date for sending in the application to the municipality. So that's what we've been doing today. So hopefully we'll get a decision soon saying whether we're allowed to actually do this or not. They might just say no, and then we have some problems. This is where we live. This is the nature around the house, and we just dropped the kids off at school for another working day, but starting the day with a walk in the nature instead. The sun reminds you of the ocean as the water is passing by on the hull. But it's so beautiful here.
This is actually one of my favorite spots along this whole trail that goes around our house. It is something with water rushing by that is so soothing. I don't know about you, but for me it really gets my head and my body so calm.
this is where we live today. This is the nature around us here in Sweden on a cold winter's day or spring day. Now it's time to prepare for other adventures, see something else, see nature in other places. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I made a shelf. I'm gonna see if it fits.
Joseph made a shelf to go into Adrian's cabin, and we're going to go out there today to see if it fits.
Guess what? We're in the marina again. So we just landed here. I made this lovely whiteboard. So this is the first time we're actually going to see if I can take measurements correctly or not. So the shelf is supposed to go in here. This is the bed. This is where the shelf is supposed to go. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That doesn't fit at all. I wonder why. Perhaps it's because it's the wrong way. That's where it's supposed to go. Yeah. That's pretty much it. There we go. It used to be a bunk bed, but instead of having an upper bunk, we're gonna have some storage for him, so he can actually keep his stuff in here. Well done. Another project, check.
Good morning from a cloudy Gothenburg. We are in town today to make a health check. So let's get some blood drawn. So how does it feel to have your blood drawn?
Vampire at the lab, he got the good stuff from me, but yeah, it was quite easy. They got 3 tubes with blood, and hopefully they won't find anything unusual at all. That's the whole point of us doing this. So I just received some great news regarding the sales. They are now finished. I got an email from Michael at the sale loft, and he told me that the sales are finished. They're waiting to be dispatched. I just need to pay the final invoice and they'll get shipped over. So really looking forward to getting these sales here and doing a comparison with them. There are a lot of people that might be a bit skeptical about this, but we had some really good reviews only from the sale loft. So now we're just gonna wait for the sales to get here, pay the custom prices and the VAT and so on before we actually get them in our hands, and by that time we can tell you the total cost of these sales. When we have them in our hands, I will tell you how much they were and what they look like and how well they fit and if it's a good choice or not.
And on top of everything, our sales is planning to come any day soon, and it will be like Christmas.
They have arrived, finally. Let's see if we can open this up and check some sales out. And here they are. Here we have a Genoa. And here we have the main sale.